Hey everybody, welcome to week 5. That means we're almost a third of the way done with the class, which is pretty super. You're doing great. And what I wanted to do is start out with showing you something that I think is going particularly well. You'll recognize this screenshot of our notes page, the first one you come to on our D2L page. And below the check-in I had this diagram of our discussion from the discussion, I think it was week 3, with practice materials. So this diagram represents each of the participants in the discussion. So if you find yourself, you're represented with a yellow dot there, and your interconnectedness with other students is demonstrated here. I thought we had a very strong interconnectedness on this particular discussion. It's very good. People were talking with each other, to one another, back and forth. You can see that because there are arrows on both sides from one yellow dot to the other. So this is pretty neat. Now, to build on this and make it stronger, I have 2 suggestions, 2 requests, 2 requirements for the next discussion, this week's discussion. First, I would like everyone to please post by Tuesday evening. So that gives you Sunday, Monday, and through Tuesday to make your first post. And I believe that will really help everyone to enrich the discussion. So let's move from here and move forward. The first thing to do to help do that is to make sure you post by Tuesday evening for the first post at least. Second thing I'd like to ask for is that we rename all of our posts. So instead of just hitting reply, which I do all the time, I'm going to delete that RE colon and put in my own original sort of title for that reply post. And I think this helps our creativity. It helps us to build conversations a little bit more. So let's try those 2 things. Please make your first original post by Tuesday evening. And secondly, let's try and rename all posts. Okay, so I am going to pause this and switch over to the content for week 5 and just talk with you briefly on that. So this is the content page for week 5, and up here we have our assigned reading, pages 55 to 85, and this is a really fun, pretty great video. It's from the psych files, and this fellow here is using mnemonics. Mnemonics means memory aid, and we actually read about that and do a little more work with mnemonics in the chapter on memory. But he uses mnemonics to help us better remember different parts of the brain. So that's a very fun video, and that's the first thing that happens in week 5. Next we have overview and lecture. The learning objectives, please use that as your study guide. Please print it out. Focus your studying using the learning objectives, because when I go to make the tests, I use the learning objectives to help me choose appropriate questions. Second on overview and lecture is the week 5 PowerPoint from the 5th edition book, which is slightly different from the edition that we have. The reason I left these PowerPoints here is that they have audio. And so if you download it, and with each slide you're interested in hearing the audio, you click on Audio Start for each PowerPoint slide that you want to listen to the audio. You have me lecturing about that PowerPoint slide. So that's pretty neat. Some people love it, and some people never use it. It's your choice. We also have week 5 PowerPoint 6th edition. There's no audio, but the good thing about it is it is a match to your book, perfect match, and it's a little more jazzed up. It has a few embedded videos. It's pretty neat, very useful. I'm finding it really good in class, in my face-to-face classes, but I haven't made audios yet to accompany them. Under videos and animations, the first thing we have is Dr. Jill Bolt-Taylor's Stroke of Insight. And this is a TED video. If you haven't watched TED videos, you're in for a treat. It's very good. She has a very powerful and moving TED video. And our discussion this week is based on her video here. So you can either access it right here, or you can access it through the discussion. The video will come up in both places. If you haven't noticed already, the PsychSim 5 tutorials are excellent learning tools, and they're about 10 to 15 minutes each, but they do a great job, so I highly recommend those. These various animations here are very quick, short videos. Practice materials you know about by now, flashcards, crossword puzzles, and so on. If you prefer to go straight to the Psych portal to do your practice materials, that's totally fine. You're welcome to do that. You don't have to do any of these. At the very bottom are a couple of practice quizzes, which are always good to do. Under graded discussions, quizzes, and activities, the first link is to Dr. Bolt Taylor's discussion, her TED video and all, where you can post. And then there are two quizzes, a Psych Sim, and then the Chapter 2 quiz. The test on Chapter 2 will be on Chapters 2 and 3, so it will come in a couple of weeks, I think about week 8. So that's everything that I wanted to go over today. People have been emailing me their questions, which has been great. Mostly I think I've been able to help folks figure things out if there's any problem that's being presented. So keep up the good work. I liked seeing you in discussions. I hope to see you before Tuesday evening, and try and rename those titles, and we'll see how that helps to enrich our discussions.